12 Most Dangerous Car Engines of All Time. Did you know that some car engines are among the most dangerous engines ever made? We're not just talking about annoying breakdowns or expensive repair bills. These are engines notorious for sudden highway failures, catastrophic overheating, and even bursting into flames without warning. Imagine cruising in your dream car, and suddenly, disaster strikes, turning your ride into a nightmare. Here on Muscle Car Masters, we're diving into the 12 most dangerous car engines in automotive history. From poor engineering decisions to risky cost-cutting shortcuts, these engines earned their infamous reputations the hard way. Got a pick for the worst car engines ever made? Think we missed one? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Muscle Car Masters for more jaw-dropping car stories and deep dives into the wild world of muscle cars. Ford Pinto 2.3-liter inline-4. One of the most dangerous car engines ever made wasn't because of how it ran, but because of what surrounded it. The Ford Pinto's 2.3-liter inline-4 engine might sound modest with its 88 horsepower, but for a lightweight car like the Pinto, it got the job done. Built with a cast-iron block and overhead camshaft, the engine itself was mechanically solid. However, the real danger wasn't under the hood. It was what was behind the rear axle. The Pinto's fuel tank was dangerously placed just inches from the rear bumper. In a rear-end collision, even at low speeds, the impact could rupture the tank, spilling gasoline onto the hot engine components and igniting fires. Tragically, at least 27 deaths have been attributed to such incidents, with some estimates suggesting higher numbers. Internal documents later revealed that Ford was aware of these risks, but chose not to implement design changes, calculating that the cost of potential lawsuits would be less than that of a recall. This decision has been widely criticized for prioritizing cost over consumer safety. Oldsmobile V8 350 Diesel. Our next engine shows what happens when cost-cutting meets bad engineering. The Oldsmobile 350 Diesel V8 is infamous for being a rushed attempt to cash in on the 1970s diesel craze. Instead of designing a diesel engine from scratch, GM modified their 350 gasoline V8 to handle diesel combustion, but the results were catastrophic. The engine's block, originally designed for gasoline, wasn't strong enough to withstand the higher pressures of diesel. Head gasket failures were common, causing coolant to mix with oil and leading to complete engine destruction. Weak connecting rods and brittle crankshafts made matters worse, often causing the engine to seize while driving. To make it worse, the poorly designed fuel injection system made the engine prone to backfiring and even catching fire. Discontinued in 1985, this engine wrecked GM's reputation in the diesel market. Owners faced breakdowns, financial losses, and even lawsuits, cementing the 350 Diesel V8 as one of GM's biggest missteps. In contrast, Chevrolet's new 6.2-liter V8 diesel, featured in the CK10 and CK30 series trucks, offered a more reliable and well-engineered solution to the diesel market. Although it wasn't without its own challenges, the 6.2-liter V8 was far more successful than the 350 Diesel V8, marking a more positive step for GM in the diesel engine market. Yugo 55 1.1-liter inline-4. The Yugo 55's 1.1-liter inline-4 engine is often remembered as one of the most unreliable power plants in automotive history. Producing just 55 horsepower, It was paired with a carburetor system prone to constant misfires. The engine's issues didn't stop there. Poorly soldered wiring frequently led to electrical fires, and carburetor failures caused sudden stalls at the worst times, whether in heavy traffic or cruising on the highway. The real problem, however, wasn't the design itself, which borrowed from Fiat's proven engineering, but the terrible execution. Misaligned parts, weak gaskets, and improperly tightened bolts meant frequent breakdowns for owners. To make matters worse, poorly insulated wiring and fuel lines added a serious fire risk. While specific accident statistics are scarce, the Yugo's reputation for poor build quality and safety concerns is well documented. One tragic incident involved a driver whose Yugo was blown off Michigan's Mackinac Bridge by high winds, leading to a fatal accident. Jaguar 5.3-liter V12. The Jaguar 5.3-liter V12 engine, featured in models like the XJS and E-Type Series 3, was designed to deliver smooth and sophisticated power. However, this engineering marvel had a significant flaw: an inadequate cooling system. The engine bay's cramped design, combined with the V12's substantial size, led to excessive heat generation. Jaguar's cooling setup often failed to dissipate this heat effectively, resulting in chronic overheating issues. In some cases, this overheating caused engine fires, particularly in hotter climates. For instance, there have been reports of engine fires due to fuel injector hose failures, exacerbated by the engine's heat. Additionally, the engine's complexity required diligent maintenance. Neglecting essential upkeep, such as ensuring the cooling system was in top condition, increased the likelihood of overheating and potential fires. Owners often faced high maintenance costs, and failure to address these issues promptly could lead to severe consequences. Despite these challenges, the Jaguar V12 engine in early high-performance models is still considered a defining moment in luxury performance during the 1970s and early 1980s. Chevrolet Corvair Flat 6. Our next engine is a striking example of how bold innovation can lead to unintended consequences. The Chevrolet Corvair's rear-mounted Flat 6 engine aimed to bring European-inspired sophistication to American cars, but ultimately became infamous for its safety risks. Tragically, its dangers were highlighted by real-world incidents. One of the most notable involved comedian, Ernie Kovacs, who lost his life on January 13, 1962, when his Corvair skidded on a wet Los Angeles road and crashed into a telephone pole. Beyond individual cases, General Motors faced over 100 lawsuits by 1965 related to crashes involving 1960 to 19 Corvair models, underscoring the widespread handling issues. The car's rear engine placement and swing axle suspension led to oversteer, making it difficult to control during sharp turns or emergency maneuvers. These flaws earned the Corvair a reputation for being unstable and hazardous. Ralph Nader's groundbreaking book, Unsafe at Any Speed, brought these safety concerns into the public eye, branding the Corvair as a public danger. Although Chevrolet attempted to address these issues by upgrading later models with a front anti-roll bar and a fully independent rear suspension, the damage to the Corvair's reputation was irreparable. Subaru EJ25 2.5-liter Flat 4. The Subaru EJ25 engine, used in popular models like the Outback, Legacy, and Impreza, was a major blemish on Subaru's reputation for reliability. This 2.5-liter Flat 4 engine faced widespread issues, most notably with its head gaskets. These gaskets, critical for sealing the combustion chambers and coolant system, were prone to premature wear. When they failed, coolant would leak into the cylinders or mix with oil, leading to overheating, loss of power, and, in severe cases, total engine failure. The EJ25's design compounded these problems. The aluminum block and heads, while lightweight, expanded and contracted significantly under heat, placing additional stress on the gaskets. To make matters worse, the engine's coolant passages were narrow, making it harder to maintain proper cooling and increasing the likelihood of overheating. In some cases, coolant leaks near hot engine components led to small engine fires, adding a safety risk. While Subaru issued recalls and extended warranties to address the head gasket issue, many owners were left frustrated by repeated failures. Dodge Neon SRT4 Turbo 2.4-liter Inline 4. The Dodge Neon SRT4's turbocharged 2.4-liter inline-4 engine was designed for high performance, but came with significant issues. A critical problem involved the engine mounts. The SRT4 had 4 mounts, 1 for the transmission and 3 for the engine, including a main motor mount known as the 4th mount that connected to the frame rail. Under the stress of spirited driving, these mounts were prone to failure, leading to excessive engine movement. This movement could cause components like the throttle position sensor wiring to rip out, resulting in drivability issues. And additionally, the turbocharger system generated substantial heat, which the engine bay struggled to dissipate effectively. Over time, this excessive heat could damage surrounding components, including wiring and hoses, increasing the risk of overheating and potential engine damage. Owners reported various reliability concerns, including wheel bearing failures and axle issues, which contributed to the vehicle's reputation for requiring frequent maintenance. Ford 3.8-liter Essex V6. The Ford 3.8-liter Essex V6 engine, used in models like the Taurus and Windstar, was infamous for its catastrophic head gasket failures. Designed with aluminum heads and an iron block, the engine suffered from mismatched thermal expansion rates, which, combined with limited head bolt clamping force, caused head gaskets to deteriorate. This often led to coolant leaking into the combustion chambers or mixing with engine oil, resulting in overheating, misfires, and, in severe cases, engine seizure. Worse yet, coolant leaks onto hot components sometimes triggered engine bay fires, posing a serious safety risk. Reports highlighted millions of vehicles 1988 through 1995, with many owners facing costly repairs or dangerous situations. Ford acknowledged the issue with Technical Service Bulletin 98-4-9, but continued criticism from safety advocates cemented the Essex V6 reputation as one of Ford's most flawed engines. Toyota 2.2-liter 5S FE Inline 4. The Toyota 2.2-liter 5S FE Inline 4 engine, commonly found in models like the Camry and Celica, earned a reputation for reliability, but was not without its flaws. One significant issue stemmed from its poorly designed oil cooling system, which led to oil residue accumulation over time. This buildup could clog vital oil passages, resulting in inadequate lubrication of critical engine components. Without sufficient lubrication, internal temperatures would rise sharply, causing components to wear prematurely or fail altogether. Common problems included oil sludge buildup, oil leaks, timing belt failures, and head gasket issues. The accumulation of oil sludge was particularly concerning, as it could block the flow of oil, starving the engine of lubrication and increasing the risk of overheating. While these issues were not directly linked to severe accidents or fires, neglecting regular maintenance often exacerbated the problem, potentially leading to engine failure. Owners were advised to perform timely oil changes, use high-quality oils, and address any signs of leaks or sludge promptly. Monitoring and maintaining the cooling and lubrication systems were essential to extending the engine's lifespan. BMW N63 4.4-liter V8 twin-turbo. The next engine we'd like to highlight is BMW's N63, a 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8 that debuted with high expectations in models like the 550i, 750i, and X5. Unfortunately, it became notorious for several significant issues. One of the most alarming problems was excessive oil consumption, with drivers often needing to add oil every 800 to 1,000 miles. If neglected, low oil levels could lead to overheating and severe engine damage. The engine's innovative Hot V design, placing turbochargers within the V configuration, exacerbated heat retention, accelerating wear on components like gaskets and hoses. Premature timing chain failures were also common, leading to costly repairs. In response to these widespread issues, BMW initiated a customer care package in December 2014, addressing concerns such as timing chain stretch, fuel injector problems, and battery drainage. These challenges significantly impacted BMW's reputation for reliability, turning the N63 engine into a cautionary tale of how advanced engineering can sometimes lead to unforeseen complications. Chrysler 2.7-liter V6. The Chrysler 2.7-liter V6 engine was designed to deliver efficient performance in cars like the Dodge Intrepid and Chrysler Concorde, but it quickly gained a bad reputation for catastrophic engine failures, mainly due to oil sludge buildup. The engine's oil passages were narrow, and its oil circulation system wasn't up to the task, which led to sludge accumulating quickly and blocking essential parts. As a result, the engine suffered from poor lubrication, causing it to overheat and wear out prematurely. And it wasn't just an annoying issue, it was a serious safety concern. Drivers could suddenly lose power or have the engine shut down completely, which made accidents much more likely. In fact, the problem was so widespread that reports suggested thousands of these engines failed because of these issues. Dodge Slant 6. Introduced in the 1960s, the Dodge Slant 6 engine was a groundbreaking design. However, when Chrysler paired it with the lean burn system in the 1970s, it became a major problem. The lean burn system, designed to optimize fuel efficiency, often miscalculated the air-fuel mixture, running the engine too lean. This caused overheating, rough idling, stalling, and damage to vital components like pistons and valves. The excessive heat led to premature wear and even engine fires. Chrysler eventually abandoned the system in the 1980s, but by then, the Slant 6's reputation had been severely damaged by these issues. In the world of automotive innovation, even the most promising engines can fall victim to design flaws, cost-cutting, or unexpected complications, as we've seen with these most dangerous engines. From overheating and oil sludge to catastrophic fires and premature failures, these most dangerous car engines remind us how engineering missteps can lead to serious consequences. They've earned their place in history not for performance, but as some of the worst car engines ever made. What do you think? Did we miss an engine that deserves a spot on the list of the worst car engines? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. Leave a comment below and join the conversation. Don't forget to subscribe to Muscle Car Masters for more deep dives into automotive history, detailed reviews, and everything you need to know about classic and modern muscle cars. Like and share this video to help other enthusiasts discover the fascinating and sometimes dangerous stories behind these infamous engines. Let's keep the muscle car passion alive together.